Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. In today's video, I wanted to chit-chat a little bit about being genuine, because there's a few things in the reality TV world that isn't coming across as genuine to me. I guess I'll start with Jackson Michie. Jackson Michie, he was on Big Brother 21 and he made himself his own little reputation as being pretty problematic and a little racist, in my opinion. I mean, not a little, like, but you know what I mean. Like, he was definitely, his actions were definitely questionable, and the things that he said were absolutely suspect to me, in my opinion, throughout the series, or throughout the season. Like, absolutely. There was two Black cast members, David and Kemi, and throughout the season, Jackson just was obsessed with talking about them, targeting them, just anything to do with David or Kemi, more specifically David. He would just talk about them nonstop when they were in the house, when they weren't in the house anymore. When they were in the house, he would target them. Oh, let's go for David. Let's go for Kemi. When David came back from, for Camp Comeback, he was obsessed with the fact that he felt David, was trying to worm his way in, which was he was supposed to do. He was supposed to try to create allies in case he came back into the game. Whatever. There was many moments where fans were watching and they were like, what the fuck is this dude's deal? Like, why is he obsessed with David? Why can't he stop targeting Kemi? And it became really clear, or at least to us, it seemed incredibly racially motivated. So he became known as racist for sure. When Julie Chen had asked him about this on the season finale, he got, or was it Julie? I honestly can't remember the details, like who asked what, but it came up. The topic of him being racist came up and he got bright red in the cheeks. You could tell he was pissed off. It absolutely ruined his win, and it was incredible to watch because he was so pissed off. His attitude went from excited and happy to fuck this shit. And he came out of the house looking for his mama. Mama, I'm not racist. I'm not racist, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I know, honey. I know. They're there. Let me go cut you a watermelon. And because he's obsessed with watermelon. So that's just, okay. Anyways, so yesterday he posted on his Instagram a little apology video. I will insert it here.
So I turned 25 this Saturday on June 13th, and over the past 24 years I've made a lot of mistakes, and these past few weeks, these past posts, I've made a lot of mistakes, and it is my fault, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not being educated enough to understand that I will never understand what it's like to be African American, to be a person of color, to be Black in this country and in this world. I will never understand that, but I stand with you, and I'm sorry. Black Lives Matter, and I'm sorry.
That was his apology video, and I don't know about you guys, but to me, it did not come across as genuine at all, for a few reasons. The first reason is, why now? Why are you suddenly apologizing for your past now, when you had roughly 9 to 10 months to do so, right? It just didn't seem, it seemed like the timing was a little weird and a little suspect because, firstly, everything going on with Black Lives Matter and the protests and everything, it seemed like he might just be covering his ass because he doesn't want to seem like he isn't doing something, right? Number two, Big Brother 22 is supposedly, rumor has it, is an all-star season. I have seen his name listed on the rumor cast, And I'm wondering if he is, in fact, going to be on this season, if he's doing this apology video to kind of cover his ass. Maybe CBS told him to make it. Oh, you know, make an apology video so that when you're announced on the cast for All-Star season, that we could at least say you apologize and blah, 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 you know. So I'm wondering if maybe that could be why he's suddenly coming out with an apology video. Another reason is, it has been rumored that MTV did contact him to start filming in August the upcoming season of The Challenge. MTV has also recently let go of a few people. They let go of Dee, they let go of Taylor Selfridge, a few people from their MTV cast list they let go of for racist remarks in the way past with Taylor. That was her situation. And then in the very recent Dee, that situation. And so I'm wondering if he's doing that to kind of stay cool with MTV. Me personally, if I were to see him on The Challenge or Big Brother, I'd be irritated as shit. I didn't like him in general, but I definitely didn't like the way that he acted towards David or Kemi, and I made my opinion on that very clear last season, like multiple times throughout the season. And his apology just doesn't come across as genuine to me at all. I think if maybe he had done this months ago, maybe it would have been a little bit more genuine. You know, because when you apologize for something, when there's a lot of shit going on that's kind of related to that something, it seems like you're doing it to cover your ass. And it's just not genuine to me at all. Furthermore, I feel like it's something that maybe should have been in a video that's a little bit longer than a minute. You know, you're apologizing for something, for affecting people's lives in a very negative way. You're really only going to do that in a minute on Instagram? You know, like that, it just... I'm also curious if he has contacted David, Kemi, or even Ovi. Like, I'm curious if he's contacted them privately and apologized to them at any point. I know Kemi kind of wants nothing to do with any of them, but I do know that David and Ovi were a little bit more open to a conversation and to forgiving him or some shit like that. I don't know. To me, I would never want to be friends with him or forgive him or anything of that nature. Racism is one of those things that just, it's a no for me. Racism, homophobia, murder, some of those things, those are some of the things that are just kind of a deal breaker for me. And I understand that people, you know, when they're younger, they do and say things that they don't realize has an impact. And I totally understand changing. As I said in my previous video, I have personally changed a lot from the person I used to be when I was younger. But I feel like those changes need to be made intentionally and not because everything is trending right now. And to me, Jackson and his sudden change comes across as being forced and because of everything going on right now. And he also mentioned in his video, you know, that he's taking time to educate himself and do better. Well, how? Like, and this is something that he should have, one of the reasons why he should have made a longer video, maybe on a YouTube channel or, I don't know, on a Facebook, I don't know, on his Twitter, I don't know. He could have posted a longer video explaining the things that the steps that he has taken to better himself and to change. He didn't really do that in this little 1 minute long apology video on Instagram, and so it's kind of hard to believe him, in my opinion. So let me know in the comment section actually what you guys thought about his apology video and what you think. I'm curious. He is currently in Las Vegas, as far as I know, celebrating his birthday. So that was a little weird too. So you're gonna post a video apologizing and saying Black Lives Matter while, like, right before you go to Las Vegas and party up and get drunk with Brett. You know, that seems a little weird timing to me. Like, it's not the first thing that I would do. You know, like, if I am going to Las Vegas, I'm not going to be like, yo, bro, before we go to LAX, I need to do this apology video real quick, try to make it as believable as possible. You got some eye drops so it can look like I'm crying a little bit? Yeah? Hold my watermelon, I'll be right there. You know, like, that's not really something that I would do. If I were gonna do an apology video, it would have been a few weeks ago. Well, it would have been a few months ago, after I definitely self-reflect and actually educate myself. But if I'm gonna do one recently, it would have been maybe a week ago, before I go out and party it up, you know. But I don't know. The next thing I wanted to talk about was The Bachelor. So The Bachelor just announced that they have cast their first black bachelor. His name is Matt James, which I always love when people have two first names. You know, Matt and then James. I love that. I think it's so fun. So, go Matt James. And initially, I was excited. I was like, oh, cool. That's awesome. Because this is the kind of stuff that I've been talking about on my channel for years. I want to see some diverse motherfucking tea. I want to see people from all over, different walks of life. I want to see poor people, rich people, old people, young people, black, white, whatever. I want to see you know, gay, straight, bi, trans. I want to see everybody. I want to see them all over the place, and I want to just cuddle them all. That's what I want to see when I'm watching a show. Big Brother is really just awful at it. Every season, they usually cast 1 or 2 black people, 1 Asian, you know, 1 or 2 Hispanic. And that's normally about it. Like, last season, they threw Ovi in there, which was exciting. But for the most part, it's usually a bunch of white people. And it feels really unseasoned and really just bland. Like, just, okay, we're going to throw some wheat bread in there, some rye bread there, some of this bread here, and then just throw a shitload of white bread. Just smush them all together, and there you go. There's our season. You know, that's how it feels every season when I look at the cast list. And it's boring. So this is what we want. We want diversity, but we want it to be genuine. We want the diversity and the change to come from the heart and from a place of acknowledgement and actual change and wanting to do better. I'm curious if they had planned on casting Matt James as the Bachelor. I do know 2 years ago they had, what was her name? I think it was another person with 2 first names. Rachel Lynn Lindsay. Yeah, so yeah, I think that was 2 years ago. Let me see. Yeah, it's been 2 years since Rachel Lindsay stepped into the role of the leading lady on season 13 of The Bachelorette. She became the first black bachelorette. Okay, so yeah, so it's been 2 years since they've had Rachel Lindsay on the show. Me personally, I have never watched a full season of The Bachelor. Why can't I speak? It is way too hot and I'm like stumbling over my words. I've never watched a full season of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. Why? It's just not my jive. Like, I just can't get with it. It always comes across as really desperate to me. Like the women, like, oh, we need to fight for this guy's attention and blah, blah, blah. It's just not my thing. I'm not a huge love reality show person. Like, I don't watch Love Island. I don't watch Are You the One or X on the Beach or any of those kind of shows, because it just seems weird to me. Like, I don't know. Just not my thing. But I am aware that The Bachelor in the past, similar to Big Brother, has kind of been, you know, sprinkle of diversity here and then boom, a shitload of white people. And so seeing some change is nice. But with anything in life, you want change to be genuine. You want change to come from a place of self-reflection, realization, and determination to do better and to be better. It just doesn't come across that way anymore. Now that I really sat down and thought about it, because like I said, initially I was like, oh, that's cool, that's great. But then I thought, did they plan on doing this? Or are they just doing it because of the climate? Like, are they reading the room and seeing, oh, if we don't cast him right now, people will be upset and people will boycott The Bachelor and everybody will be pissed off. which I do think would happen, but for good reason, because it does need to be diverse. But were they planning on making this change? Were they planning on casting Matt James? That's what I'm curious about. I don't want it to come across as like, oh, you're never going to be happy. No, I am really happy that he is cast. I love it. Great. I actually might try to watch this season. I'm curious. But that doesn't stop me from questioning and from, you know, being a little suspicious of people's motives. Another thing that I was going to mention is Stassi Schroeder. Apparently she's pregnant. That just came out, I think, today on Us Weekly. I don't think she confirmed anything, so it is considered and technically a rumor. She might not be pregnant. I think someone mentioned that it was on Us, and then another podcast like mentioned it that she was. But I looked and I didn't see anywhere. Let me just see. Maybe since then she's announced, yes, I'm pregnant. Let's see. Stassi Schroeder. Yeah, I don't think that it has been confirmed. I think it's just for...
She's crying.
Oh, what happened?
But she wants to.
Oh, she wants ice cream.
Oh.
You want ice cream? Okay.
I give her one.
Okay, Grandma will give you an ice cream.
Come on. Okay, no crying. No crying.
Sorry, you guys. So I don't think it's been confirmed, but like from her, but it is rumored that she is pregnant. And I wanted to mention this because I think it would be interesting if she is pregnant, if she were to announce it now. I'm curious that if she, and this is obviously something that I'm going to keep my eye on, and if she does, I might make another video, I might not, I don't know. But I am curious to see if she does announce that she is pregnant, because she's in the middle, I guess, of some heavy heat with racism and, you know, having called the police on Faith, who was a black cast member for Vanderpump Rules. I did a video about it, so I'm not going to go into deep detail. But I think that it would be really interesting to see if she chooses now to make that announcement. I would be very happy for her. I'm always happy when someone gets pregnant or engaged. Like, awesome, good for you. But like I said in my other video, I'm not sure how I feel about supporting her anymore. She had always been a little problematic, and I kind of just liked her because she created some drama on the show, and I enjoyed that about her. And it did seem like she changed. She didn't come across as the same Stassi as she was on season 1, and so I appreciated that. I love seeing people change. I love seeing people get better, because we all can. We are all capable of doing better. Nobody's perfect. But if she were to announce that she's pregnant right now, I think that it would come across as an attempt to distract people from the situation with Faith and all of that coming out. It would come across as a little, like I said, not very genuine, and I think it would put a bad taste in a bunch of people's mouth, including mine, towards her. I would hope that she would wait a little bit longer to make that announcement if she is going to announce something like that. I'm curious if she is pregnant, if she was the one that kind of leaked it to Us Weekly into these blogs. I know a lot of people in Hollywood do that. They leak their own bullshit so that they are, you know, so that they stay in the tabloids and they stay in the news and their name doesn't get forgotten. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe she leaked something like this to them, or she told someone else that she knows, like, hey mom, can you contact Us Weekly and let them know I'm pregnant? That way, you know, people are starting to talk about something else, and hopefully the Faith situation gets forgotten, because who doesn't like talking about babies? You know, like, who doesn't love a baby announcement, right? So that's just something that I was thinking about too, and kind of wanted to mention on this video. I would be really excited for her if she were pregnant. Having a baby and getting pregnant definitely changed me for the better. I'm in a totally different mindset, like, with life and with people in general, so than I was, you know, before I got pregnant. So I would hope that getting pregnant would be the best thing for her and change her. Now, like, of course, you know, that's just a rumor. So until she announces it herself specifically, or her fiance announces it, then it's all speculation and no one knows for sure. So what I'm talking about now could totally be fake and false and just a waste of time for me to even mention. But I did feel like mentioning it because you guys know I got the time, but not really, because you guys just saw Amelia having a flip out. So I'm gonna end the video here. Go check on my daughter, see if she wants an ice cream. No, I know she wanted an ice cream. She said that she wanted an ice cream. Go check on her, make sure she's okay. Now I'm rambling. Okay, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought. I'm sorry for the ending of this video. It's so jumbled. But it's hot as hell, and it's hot, okay? I love you guys so much. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much.